Good morning. How are you this morning? Good Tuesday. What's this? A Tuesday morning? Yep. Good Tuesday morning to you. I hope you're having a great week. Hope you're having a great day. I'm running behind, obviously, and then the computer's got all kinds of issues. Anyway, but I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm in the game. That's the name of this today's devotion, and it comes from an odd place. It didn't come from Bible study this time, but it led to it. It always does. You're right. Uh, let's see. Let me make sure I got the right scripture here. I think it's 14:8. Romans 14. 14:8. Okay, good. Um, Perfect. So, actually, let's see. Don't forget to get your First John study guide. Text me or message me if you need me to send you one. I'll send you one. Check out my bookstore. Bible study starts 2 weeks from Thursday. We'll start the First John Bible study. So I'm really excited about it. We had a blast. We just had a really good time with James, and we learned from each other. And that was the whole thing, is just getting in the Word, loving the Word, talking about it, and finding those applicable chunks, right? And as we grow in Him, then more chunks get to be applicable, because then we know, oh, all this time I've had this scripture and I didn't even know this is applicable right here, right? And so we grow into, it says grow up into Him. It says let the word of Christ dwell in you richly, bringing forth fruit and things. So join our Bible study if you get a chance. You can watch it live. You can watch it later. You can watch it on YouTube later. However you want to do it, but make plans to join us. So this morning, here's actually what happened. Okay, I wasn't real spiritual. I really wasn't. I was up early because I couldn't sleep. I don't know, 3:34. I went back to sleep. That's why I was a little bit late, because I woke up and thought, well, should I work? Should I go ahead and study? I worked on the Peace Out book yesterday. Should I work on that? I got another one now that I really need to. I'm feeling needing to get done. The It's Not a Sin to Be Sick book. So did I work on it? So all these things are on my mind, and in the process of that, I crashed. I went back to sleep. So I gave Chris a breathing treatment because he's having a little issue, and so I took care of some things, and I went back to sleep. But somewhere in between there, I was playing this little game. I've got this game on my phone. Let me see if I can open it up here. And I know this is not spiritual at all, okay? But when you've got your mind on Him, everything becomes a lesson. Isn't that what Jesus did when they walked around? A parable. He said, see this mustard seed? See this mustard tree? It comes from a little bitty seed. See this field? It's like this, and the kingdom of heaven is like this field. The kingdom of heaven is like this planter who's planting. He used what was around them to draw them back to the Word and to teach them something, a spiritual concept from the kingdom, right? And so this is called Tennis Clash, okay? And that's my character. I'm a guy. I know. Kyrie says, "Why are you a guy?" And I'm like, "Because I like his skills." He's, because you can pick a character and they have different skills, and I'll just like his best. I've got three or four other characters. Anyway, so I was up playing Tennis Clash. I play with people around the world, and so I was playing because I was just like, I don't know what to do, so I'm just play a little bit and get my bags, and then you win the bags, and once the bags are full, you can't win any. So I just stopped. So I played 2 3 games, won a couple, got the bags, and but while I was playing, I got in this really good game, and I was like, man, they're serving and I'm serving, and you're volleying the ball back and forth. This you just all with your finger. You're playing this little game. It's a cool game, and there's quite a bit of skill with it. But but it glitches sometimes too, because you're playing with someone on the other side of the world, and you think it's going right in the corner, and a little glitch, and it lands right outside, and it's like, no, that was it. That was in. I want a rematch, right? But anyway, so I was playing along, and it was just a good game. And I was like, man, this is a fun game, because I'm like, it's coming down to the wire. I don't know who's going to win this game. I'm almost there. Nope. Oh no, they're going to get it. No, oh no, I'm going to. And so it was so engaging and so fun. I was having a blast playing this one game. Now I don't like losing, though, I will tell you that. But I was like, I didn't even care at that point if I won that game or lost it. The game was just a good game. It was back and forth, and then we tie, and then you got to win by 2 points. You can't just get the next point. You have to win a point and another point. So it was engaging. There's a little strategy. There's a little bit of everything in it. And I was just like, man, I don't even care who wins. You know, uh, this is just an amazing game. And I was like, I didn't know the outcome. I didn't know who was going to win, right? And I thought, why can't I be that way in life? Was the thought I had. Because, see, I'm real analytical, very analytical. And I was talking to someone yesterday, well, by Messenger, and we're planning an event. And she said, uh, she said, well, let me know if you need any help. And I said, well, Let me go. I got to go overthink it first because I always overthink things first, right? And so that's my MO. I always have to overthink it and then I'll figure it out. And so I'm that way in life. Sometimes I way overthink things and then I just come back and go, oh, it just really doesn't matter. It didn't matter at that point if I won or lost that game, although I always really like to win. But I didn't even care. I really didn't care. It was a good game and I enjoyed it and I felt challenged and yet, and all the elements were just there for the perfect game. It didn't even matter who won. Nothing was on the line, right? You don't pay any money in or get any money out, right? And so I thought of this scripture immediately. I thought of this scripture in Romans 14:8. It says, for if we live to the Lord. And if we die to the Lord. Therefore, whether we live or die, we are His. And I thought, wow, it's not about winning the game. It's just about staying in the game till the end. And knowing that whether we live here or we die and go be with Him, He's got us. He's got everything. He's got this, the old song, He's got the whole world in His hands, right? He really does. And He's got us there. It says He has us in the palm of His hand. And so if we can just come to that place where we just stay in the game and not worry about the outcome, it's a much more pleasant, enjoyable experience when we just rest in Him and just trust Him for the outcome. When we have circumstances and situations that come that try to steal our peace or try to cause us to doubt or cause us to fear, which those things are opposite of peace too, right? And they come at us and they're trying to get it, to distract us or whatever. What if we just say, I'm just going to stay in the game. I'm not going to worry about the outcome right now. I'm just going to serve God. I'm just going to trust Him. It's not a win-lose thing. We're going to win either way. Paul said, and I believe it's in Galatians, if to die is Christ and to live is gain. Right? Or was it the other way around? Because he said, basically what he was telling them was he's going, if I live, it's a plus because I'm going to be here and I'm going to continue ministering and teaching and staying in the Word and teaching, talking to the church, growing the church up and being an apostle of God. If I die, I go be with Him. It's a win-win. You don't ever lose. You don't ever really lose. So just stay in the game. And that means pursuing Him, loving Him, prayer, Bible study, devotions, however that looks like to you. Just stay in the game because you're not gonna lose. You're either gonna be with Him here or you're gonna be with Him there. So sometimes we get so worried. Maybe I should say just me. I get so worried about all the little details that I forget that it's all about just being with Him. Whether I'm alive or whether this body dies, I'm still with Him. So I don't have to worry about how it's going to turn out. Because I already know. I don't have to worry about all these little. That doesn't mean you don't take care of responsibility. I'm not saying, oh well, whatever. I'm not talking about that. We want to live responsibly. We want to live a Christian life. We want to live a holy life, a righteous life. We want to live according to the Word. Stay in the game. Stay in that game, with the idea that if we live to Him, and if we die, we die to Him. Whether we live or we die, we're His. We are His. And that's something that can't be broken. That's something that can't be stolen. That's something that can't be taken away from us in any way. We are His. So there's no worry. It takes the stress out of the game. Now it can just be fun. Now I want to plan. I've got my calendar right here with all kinds of stuff written on it, and it's getting busier and busier, it seems, of late, with appointments and all kinds of crazy stuff like that. But and events, fun stuff too. But the point is to just stay in the game with Him. Let His peace reign. Let the Word of Christ dwell richly in you. Just stay in the game. And the game isn't necessarily life. The game it's just living for Him. The game is just being with Him. The game is just enjoying that you're His. Do you just enjoy the truth that you're His? Whether we live or die, we are the Lord's. We are His. Right? So we want to just enjoy life, live it to the fullest, and yet live in righteousness, live in holiness, I'm not talking about just throw everything away. Oh, I don't need to pay my bills. I don't need, no, I'm not talking about not having responsibility, but I'm just saying let's enjoy the game. I was playing hard. I wanted to win. I was playing. I don't even remember, and I don't even remember if I won that game. I think I did, but I don't know because it wasn't important. The game was important, and so in this game of life, so to speak, as believers, we literally can't lose because we, as long as we continue serving Him, we literally can't lose. And then even in death, we go be with Him. We can't lose. So just stay in the game. Stay in the game. Stay in His Word. Stay in prayer. Stay in communion with Him, communication with Him, and let Him fill you with Himself and enjoy the game. Follow Him every day. It had to be fun to be back in the early church and the things that were unfolding before them that they had never seen before. The healings, the I don't know, there was all kinds of crazy things going on, right? If you read the book of Acts, man, it was just wonderful. Paul was going to all these different places, witnessing to all these different people. He was living the Christian life as it should be lived. He was living, walking righteously, teaching, the Bible to others, and or teaching. Actually, they didn't have as much of a Bible like what we have, but teaching the spiritual world to others and what the cross meant. How the cross fit in time and what it meant in eternity. He was having the time of his life, but he wasn't focused on having the time of his life. He was just focused on God. He was focused on that relationship. He stayed in that game. And then he says, well, if I'm here, if I'm there, it's good. I'm going to win. So I encourage you today to stay in the game. Enjoy the game. Just enjoy fellowshipping with Him. Enjoy getting time in the Word and praying and talking to Him and hearing back from Him. It's a two-way conversation, right? So just stay in the game. Have a great day. And just remember that you are His. You are His. It's really His game. Just play His game. Just keep playing the game. Just stay in the game. Let His peace reign. Let His Word dwell in you richly. Love God. Love others. Peace out. And I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.